these Highway 40 blues. I walked home for my shoes, counted the days since I've been home. I'd love to see the lights of home, waste of time and money too, squander youth and search for truth. In the end I'd have to lose, Lord above to pay my dues. Got the Highway 40 blues. The highway called when I was young, told me lies and things to come, fame and fortune life is what the billboard lights say. Shattered dream, my mind is numb, money's gonna stick out my tongue. My eyes are filled with the bitter tears, Lord, I ain't been home in years. Got the Highway 40 blues. You know I've rambled all around like a rolling stone from town to town. Met 30 girls, I'd have to say that only one would make me stay. I played the music halls in a bar, had fancy clothes and big fine cars, things a country boy can't use. Dixieland sure miss you. I've got the Highway 40 blues. Way back in 3rd grade, I used to sit beside Emmylou Hayes, pink dress, matching bow and her ponytail. She kissed me on the school bus but told me not to tell. Next day I chased around the playground, across the monkey bars to the merry-go-round. Then Emmylou got caught passing me a note. Before the teacher took it, I read what she wrote. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. Grown up and she's my wife. We're still like two kids with stars in our eyes. Ain't much changed, I still chase Emmylou up and down the hall, around the bed in our room. Last night I took her out in a white limousine. 20 years together, she still gets to me. I can't believe it's been that long ago. We got started with just a little note. Do you love me? Do you want to be this is how love goes. Take a yes or no. 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 Together again, my tears have stopped falling. The long, lonely nights are now at an end. The key to my heart you hold in your hand, and nothing else matters, 'cause we're together again. The gray skies are gone. You're back in my arms. Now where we belong. The love that we knew is now living again. And nothing else matters, 'cause we're together again.
I don't see Tim. I'm just going to have to hold on to this for a minute.
Nothing else matters, 'cause we're together again. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Ready to have a good time? Hey, we want to remind you about our concessions out the door to the left. They got popcorn and nachos and candy bars and Slim Jims, moon pies. Moon pies. Yeah, go get you a moon pie. Hey, let me introduce the band real quick. All the way across the stage on lead guitar, Mr. Ross Puckett. Beside him on the mandolin, Paul Rogers. Back on the drums, Mr. Benji Morris. Rhythm guitar, Mr. Barry Summey. To my left here on the steel guitar, Mr. Brett Crisp. Bringing up all about that bass behind me, and Mr. Danny Griggs. Good to have y'all now. We're going to play a little instrumental called Hold It.
to Merle Haggard. We'll send this one out to you, Charlie.
It's a big job just getting by with 9 kids and a wife. Yeah, but I've been working, man, dang near all my life. I keep on working, as long as these 2 hands are fit to use. And I kick off my boots in the evening and sing a little bit of these working man blues. Sometimes I think about leaving, I do a little bumming around. I'ma throw my bills out the window, catch train to another town. But I go back to work, buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. And I kick off my boots in the evening and I cry a bit of these working man blues. Come on, Ross, work, son. Working man like me ain't never been on Obamacare, and that's one place I won't be. I'll be working, long as my 2 hands are fit to use. And I'll kick off my boots in the evening and sing a little bit of these working man blues. This song goes out to the working man. Chris Lynch on the piano.
Thank you. Hey, we're going to bring out my favorite barber. Woo! There he is. All himself. Mr. Randy Summey. He is portraying Archie Campbell tonight. Listen, if you need a haircut after the show tonight, he is giving out free ones. He gave me one right before the show. Before the show, I look like Fabio. Hey, Randy, I will say, you cut my hair last week. And I've had a little problem. You kind of nicked the back of my neck there. I think you caught a nerve. Every time my wife turns on the microwave now, I pee my pants. It's amazing.
Take one of these and call me in the morning.
This is not an enemy.
No. It'll work both ways, though.
My favorite George Jones song.
He said, I'll love you till I die. She said that you'll forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. Kept her picture on the wall. Went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all.
hoping she'd come back again. Kept love letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. Oh, I went to see him just today. Oh, but I didn't see no tears, all dressed up to go away. First time I'd seen him smiling you. He stopped loving her today. They placed the wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. Oh, she came to see me one last time. Oh, and we all wondered if she would. You know, it kept going through my mind. This time, he's over her for me. He stopped loving her today. They placed the wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today.
Come on out, Crystal. Let's do one of them girl songs from the 90s, 80s. Back there somewhere. That's a hard piece of candy you gave me. It's all right.
Don't tell me no stories, 'cause I don't wanna hear no lies, no reasons or excuses, none of
Hee-Haw. Let me hear you say it one more time. Hee-Haw. We've been thinking about you for days, looking forward to getting your acquaintance, and we thank you for coming to Stanley Pentecostal Holiness Church version of Hee-Haw. And I get the privilege of greeting you and welcoming you tonight. If you haven't been to the concession stand, if you go through the double doors and out to the parking lot right to your left, the men's and ladies' rooms are also through the double doors to the right. We have another one in the far back right. So we hope that you'll enjoy yourself this evening and have a great time, and that the Lord will bless you real, real good. Now, one of the things that we normally do, we get you to help us with, is something to help Grandpa. I'm Pastor Danny, but otherwise known as Grandpa Jones. And so in just a moment, I want you to ask Grandpa Jones, what's for supper? Would you help me with that? Let's hear you say it. What's for supper? Thank you. Well, let me see. There's snacks and stuff and drinks and such and goodies all galore. There's enough for you and enough for me. Grandpa invites you, just go see. Now, don't be shy, just get in line. It won't last long, so come and dine. Hee-Haw! Thank you, guys.
Welcome to Hee-Haw, starring Buckhorns and Roy Clark.
Hey, buddy Roy.
Yeah, Buck?
You know, my wife, she tried one of them new mud masks on the other night.
Man, how'd she look?
Man, I'm telling you what, it was a huge improvement till all that mud fell off. Dang, 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 dang.
Hey, Buck.
Yes, sir.
Man, I came by your house last night, saw you kissing your wife through the window.
Well, I got one on you, big boy. I wasn't even home last night. Dang, 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 dang.
Hey, Buck.
Yes, sir.
Did I tell you that my brother was back in the dating game?
No, that's good. Well, how's that going?
Well, he'd been dating this cross-eyed girl, but they broke up.
Oh, shoot, I hate to hear that one.
He found out she's seeing somebody on the side. Dang, 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 dang.
Daddy, Clay says it's bad luck to put off a wedding.
Not if you put it off long enough. Hey, Junior.
Hey, what they lock up old Allen for?
Bigotry. He has 3 wives.
That ain't big. That's trigonometry.
You ain't right, Junior. Hee-Haw salutes my hometown, Stanley, North Carolina. Population 4,762. Salute!
Our first guest this evening was a member of the most successful duos in country music history, a 5-time Grammy winner, 8 CMA awards, and 14 #1 country hits before several #1s as a solo artist. Please welcome to the Hee-Haw stage, Wynonna Judd.
samples here from Junior's used car sales. Push them in, pull them in, or even drive them in. We take trades in any condition. I have an extraordinary deal with these fine, slightly used automobiles. I see it. It is preposterous. That's it. That I could offer prices this low on cars that are immaculate. That's right. Come down to our sales. Extra. One of them words up there. You will save so much money. You're gonna want to. What in the world's that? What is that? Vociferate. Oh, that's it. Vociferate. All these prices to your friends and next to kin. I will also throw in a lifetime warranty as long as you're in the city limits. Come and see our new salesman out on parole. And let them set you up with a new car and friendly financing. Hold down the calls. I ain't no Rockefeller. That's Junior Samples Auto Sales. This is the number. BR 549. Appreciate it.
Our next guest was the first Canadian female vocalist to have a #1 hit on the U.S. charts, performing her hit song from the soundtrack of the motion picture Urban Cowboy, Can I Have This Dance? Please welcome Miss Anne Murray.
Would you be
wasn't planning on spending that much. Hey, Hee-Haw salutes my hometown, Durham, North Carolina, 377,482.
Hailing from Abbott, Texas, our next guest is one of the founding fathers of the outlaw country music. 25 #1 hits and over 40 million albums sold. Please welcome, straight off the bus, Mr. Willie Nelson.
Baby, I didn't love you quite as often as I should have. Baby, I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Baby, I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely nights. I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. The little thing I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. Keep you satisfied. Little thing I should have said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. 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 On the road again, I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is the making music with my friend, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again. And I can't wait to get on the road again. Come on, sing it. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way, and our way. to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get on the road again. Hey baby, I can't wait to get on the road again. Thank you.
Our next guest is the most awarded female artist in country music history. 24 number one singles, 11 number one albums. Please welcome to the Hee-Haw stage, the coal miner's daughter, Loretta Lynn.
Me again. Hi friends, Junior Samples here with the King Kong Daddy of the used car world. If anyone out there in the land can speak German, get on down here and help me out. I've got German cars on the lot, and we're looking for someone to read the manual so we can find the filler cap on it. And the car has only 186 miles on it. And she remains in that condition until somebody can tell us where the gas goes. So, I'm not making this up now. If you speak German and you're peaceful, call this number, BR 549. That's all for now. I appreciate it.
Hey, Grandpa. Yeah. I think I got something figured out. What's that? Do you know why Adam and Eve were so happy?
Not a clue.
Think about it. Neither one of them had a mother-in-law.
Hey, Audrey, have you ever seen a dog with no legs?
No? How in the world would you call a dog with no legs?
It don't matter. He ain't gonna come anyway.
Hey, Junior,
Yeah.
if you had $10 in one pocket, $20 in the other pocket, what would you have?
Somebody else's britches on.
Hee-Haw would like to salute my hometown, Dallas, North Carolina, population 4,792. Salute!
Our next guest is a true rock and roll pioneer and one of the most influential pianists of all time. He crossed over to country in the late 1960s with 30 top 10 country hits. Please welcome the killer, Mr. Jerry Lee Lewis.
As that song goes out to Valdosta.
debate?
Yeah, debate's what you catch the fish with.
Hey, Minnie, I got a question for you. Hi, what is it? Is it true that women get smarter after they marry?
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? By then it's too late. Howdy. Hee-Haw salutes my hometown, Gastonia, North Carolina, 22,777. Salute!
Hello, Tim. How are you today?
Pretty good. How are you?
You're going to have to lift up that beard there, buddy. My doctor told me not to lift anything over 10 pounds. That looks good. How you want your haircut today, Tim?
I was thinking about see if you couldn't get me a gap in this right side, right above my ear, right here. That way it matches left side you done last.
Oh, come on, you got it. I don't guess you want your beard cut, do you?
Not this week, but I do next.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come in one day next week, so whatever works for you. I got to get it cut off for two reasons. One is my wife's truck keys, and the other is your dog.
Old Drum?
Mm-hmm.
What'd he do?
Every morning when I'm eating breakfast, my wife comes in there and raises up my beard and looks up underneath of it. I was thinking she was just, looking at it, seeing what it looked like. But after about 3 or 4 days, she said, "Is my keys in there?" And she'd raise it up and look up underneath. And I'm a slow on some things. And about 3 days went by, and she said, "Do you remember what happened last time you cut that beard off?" And I thought, "No. Do you remember? You remember we found a cell phone and 2 sets of truck keys there last time?" Now that dog of yours, that's the second reason.
Yeah.
You got a possum dog?
Old Drum.
Drum, that's him. So I come over your house last Friday night. You didn't even know I was over there. I got out of the truck, and I started around. I started toward your house, and I seen old Drum standing in the backyard. And the hair stood up on his back, and he started showing his teeth, and he started growling. And I remember that's how he acts when we take him possum hunting. And he started coming towards me, and it scared me, so I shimmied up that tree. I was up that tree 30 minutes trying to figure out what was wrong with that dog. And I finally figured out. He thought I had a possum on me.
Yeah, that's right. He's a tree dog. Yeah, I saw a person the other day I hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And they had a beard. Now, it wasn't as long as yours, but it was a full beard. And when I saw them, I said, "Man, they look thinner than any time I've ever seen them." I just had to go over and tell them. I said, "I just wanted to tell you, that beard makes you look thinner than any time I ever remember." It didn't seem to make her feel any better. I was going to tell you this story make your hair stand up, but I see you already heard it. No, I'm telling you, Tim, my wife, she's become historical lately.
You mean hysterical?
No, I mean historical.
Yeah.
She remembers everything. She don't forget nothing. And I knew when I married her that I was marrying Mrs. Wright.
Yeah.
But I didn't know her first name was Always. Sometimes I wished I was a dentist instead of a barber.
How come?
Then I could tell her to shut her mouth and not get in trouble. Yes, she started out, she said, "Archie, I wished you'd always stayed and worked at the zoo." That was my first job.
Really?
Before I went in the Army, before we got married, I worked at the zoo. But you go to the zoo and it's got the big sign, "Welcome to the zoo.
Yep.
Do not feed the animals." Then you go inside and on the grass, everywhere you see little signs, "Please do not feed the animals." Then up on the cages, they got signs.
Yep.
Do not feed the animals. Keep your hands out of the cage. Well, I've been there about 3 days, and they fired me.
What?
Yeah, they'd hired me to feed the animals. I'm not a rule breaker. And then I got me a job working at this exercise place. I was testing exercise equipment. Stationary bikes and these hiking things, you know, treadmills. But I quit that job.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. And then my wife, she pulls these all other stunts. The other day she went to the grocery store. She wasn't gone long, and she called and she said, Archie, I was coming out with my buggy and my groceries, and I looked, and a young man was driving off in the car. He stole my car.
Oh.
I said, well, honey, did you get a good look at him so we can describe him, make a description to the police? She said, no, but I got his tag number. Like we ain't got that all over the house. Where we Be still there a minute.
Is that your brick mason level?
Uh-huh. Let me show you something. Be still. Look at that. It's been said many times I'm the best barber in the state.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, I'm the one that says it most of the time. Another thing, the other night I took my contact lens, put them in a little glass of water. Was going to let them soak overnight. I went on to bed. My wife came in and going to take her medicine. Reached over and got that glass and drank it all down. Contact lens and all. She walked around for 3 days with 20/20 hindsight. Now, some of this stuff I bring on myself. I admit that. We had an air conditioning man out there the other day. Air conditioner went out. We stepped out in the yard, talked business there, and he said, Archie, how many BTUs you think you're going to need? Well, I don't know a whole lot about it, and then I didn't realize my wife came out the door and was standing right there behind me. And I said, well, let me tell you this. I need enough BTUs to cool a BUT as big as an SUV.
You didn't spend no time in the doghouse, did you?
I spent all night in the doghouse. Had to eat Alpo for supper. Yeah, Michael Beecham, he was by the house the other day, and he's going to help me play. I was trying to play. You know, them days when it's about 90 degrees. Had my mule out there. And we hadn't been out there long. The old mule got stagger leg. Michael said, I'm going to tell you something, Archie. I believe that mule's dehydrated. Need to get her down there to the branch. Well, I don't know how much he knows about mules, but I went and did what he said. So we went down there to the branch. Michael got behind her, and I held her head up there to the branch, and she wouldn't drink. She's so weak, she couldn't even drink water.
Wow.
Michael said, Archie, he said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm fixing to kick this mule in the belly, and when I kick her, the shock of it and the pain will make her pull that water out. I said, all right, try it. Old Michael reared back, and he kicked that mule, and that thing pooped all over him from head to toe. And he didn't flinch. He said, hey, Archie, I'm going to kick her again, but hold her nose up a little from the water. Since pulled out a lot of mud that last time. I bet his wife hated to get that mud off the shower curtain, don't you? Talking about mules, my Uncle Lem, you know, that's Daddy's youngest brother, Lem Campbell. A mule kicked him and broke his jaw.
Really?
And they had to wire it shut. Ooh. So I went over there seeing the hospital the other day and went in and I said, Uncle Lem, how you feeling? Now, Uncle Lem drinks about 1.5 gallons of coffee a day. And he had no coffee. And he said, I'm about to go crazy. I got to have me some coffee. And I said, well, Uncle Lem, I don't know of anything I can do there to help you. Well, a little bit later, the nurse came in. How you doing, Mr. Campbell? And he said, I'm about to go crazy. I got to have some coffee. And she said, well, Mr. Campbell, I don't know of anything we could do. She paused a little bit. She said, well, I got an idea. Maybe I can make you a coffee enema. She worked there a little bit, and she told me, she said, sir, you're going to have to step out of the room for a minute. And I'm glad I did. When I got outside, I could hear the office racket you ever heard. Oh, have mercy on me. Oh. She said, Mr. Campbell, is it too hot? He said, no, it's too sweet.
Would you please welcome the Hee-Haw Gospel Quartet?
I once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in, and then a little light from heaven filled my soul. It gave my heart in love and wrote my name with love, and just a little talk with Jesus made me whole.
Now let us
Have a little talk with Jesus, tell him all about our trouble.
He will
Hear our faintest cry,
and He will
answer by and by.
when you
Feel a little prayer wheel turning,
then you'll
know a little fire is burning.
you will
Find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. I may have doubts and fears, my eyes may fill with tears, but Jesus is a friend and He watches day and night. I go to Him in prayer, He knows my every care, and just a little talk with Jesus makes me right.
now let us
Have a little talk with Jesus, tell Him all about our trouble. Hear our faintest cry, answer by and by. Feel a little prayer wheel turning, know a little fire is burning. Find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
now let us
Have a little talk with Jesus, tell Him all about our trouble. Hear our faintest cry, answer by and by. Feel a little prayer wheel turning, know a little fire is burning. Find a little talk with Jesus makes it right. Yes, makes it
Nobody has fun like God's people. Am I right about that? Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to take a break in just a few moments, but I'm looking out over this congregation and imagining I've got a lot of church folks in here tonight. I've spent about the whole day in church, and preachers love to preach. They love Sunday school and series sermons and things like that. One of the teachers was telling me that they had started a lesson on the Old Testament on the 10 Commandments. And they got to the one that says, thou shalt not lie. And the teacher wanted the children to give her some Bible verses, so she knew they understood what God thought about lying. One little boy said, oh, a lie is an abomination to the Lord. Another one said, God hates a lie. Another little boy raised his hand, just went on. And the teacher asked the kid, said, can you think of any more? And one little boy said, oh, I know. He says, it's a very present help in the time of need. Oh, we want you to go across the hallway here and out into the parking lot, enjoy the concessions. Before you go, let me give you a little ditty. Hey, diddle, diddle, I'm watching my middle. I'm hoping to whittle it soon. But eating such fun, it may not get done till my plate runs away with my spoon. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Welcome to Hee-Haw, starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
Buck, yes, did you hear that I had to shoot my dog?
Oh gosh, was he mad?
Well, he wasn't too happy about it.
Hey Roy,
Yeah, Buck?
my doggone wife spent 4 hours at the beauty shop the other day.
4 hours? What took so long?
The estimate.
Hey, Buck,
Yes, sir.
did you hear that Junior wrote to the Lonely Hearts Club?
Yeah, I heard about that. And they wrote him back and said, we ain't that lonely.
Hey, Nicole, I got a question. Is it true men are like fishermen? Yep. They brag about the ones they lost, and they complain about the ones they caught.
Sawyer, you know you better stop making up stories. You know where the preacher says liars go. Yeah, Washington, D.C.
Hee-Haw would like to salute my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina, population 807,608.
Hailing from Winchester, Virginia, our next guest was the first female country artist to cross over to the pop charts. Her signature hit was written by Shelby, North Carolina's Don Gibson, performing the Don Gibson classic, Sweet Dreams. Please welcome to the Hee-Haw stage, Miss Patsy Cline.
Dreams of you. Every night I go through.
says to me is goodbye.
Hey, Bobby, this morning was a catastrophe. I only had 3 points in my message. I had to let them out by lunchtime.
That's not a catastrophe, Pastor. That's a miracle. Hee-Haw wants to salute my hometown, York, South Carolina. 208,552. Salute!
Hello, Tim.
Howdy.
Glad to see you here bright and early.
Yeah, I tried to get in here early.
Yeah, well,
sometimes that's hard to do.
Billy said it was early. He didn't know how bright it was. Al Clemmer's in here this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah. It don't take long to cut his hair. Now, you know, a long time ago, 40 years ago, I just remembered, he'd come in here and 35, 40 minutes, cut that long, black, wavy hair, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then after we got through, I'd get a little bit of that Brill cream,
put
it on there and put it and slick it up, make it shine up.
Mm-hmm.
Now it takes about 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I finish it off with mopping gloves. When he first started losing his hair, he called down here and said, "Archie, my hair's falling out. You got anything to keep it in?" I said, "Yeah, come on by here. Al, I'll help you out." Well, he came by, and I gave him a paper bag. Then was going to try one of these comb overs. You know, Al, he said, maybe we can cover it up. So he'd let his hair grow long over on this side, and we'd pull it all the way over here on the ear. That didn't work out too good.
No?
Mm-mm. People came up to him and whispered to him in his nose. Rick Stroop was in here this morning. You know, he's somewhat of a barber.
Yeah.
But he comes by here occasionally, and I'll help him out, you know, fix where he's messed up his hair. And I said, "Rick, why don't you let me shave you anymore?" He said, "Archie, I'm telling you, I know how sharp them razors are, and I don't like them old nicks and cuts on my cheek." I said, "Well, Rick, I got something now. Change that. I got one of these little old balls, quart balls, about the size of a golf ball, and I slid that thing in his jaw like that. And I said, look here, Rick, you can shave over that thing and smooth." I said, "You won't get a nick or a cut." He said, "Now, wait a minute, Archie. What happens if I swallow this ball?" I said, "Well, Rick, you just bring it back in the morning like everybody else does." He ain't been back.
That's right.
But finally, I'm going to change doctors. You know, I was telling you I had trouble with that other guy.
Yeah.
This guy I was going to really had back problems, what I went to him for, but his brother's the one that's got that veterinarian taxidermist. He's got that building next door.
Yeah.
He says, veterinarian, taxidermist. Either way, you get your dog back. So I was going to that doctor, his brother, or the man beside him there.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like him. One thing, he didn't have any bedside manner at all. One of his patients, I heard this myself. One of his patients said to him, "Doc, I'm addicted to brake fluid." And the doctor said, "Hey, don't worry about it. You can stop anytime you want to." He didn't have no compassion. And he told me, he said, Archie, I tell you, when I first started going to him, Archie, I'll have you walking in 6 months. And he did.
Did he?
Yeah, he charged me so much money to repossess my truck. I was walking everywhere I went. Yeah, I'm glad to get rid of him. Here, buddy. You need to be still here. I need to shave your neck a little bit. We don't, if you don't get this hair off the neck, it's going to look as bad as it is in the front.
Man, that thing's quiet.
Yeah, I got a silencer on. Now be real still here. There's just a little bit of ear hair right here, and I don't want to cut your ear. Just be real still.
All right.
Yeah, we don't want that. Lord have mercy. Can you hear me now? I had to get me one of them concealed carry permits for this boy right here. Quick on the draw. Yeah, so what I was telling you was, I got me a new doctor. And I went down there to see him. I like him. And I went in to see him. I've been there before, but I went back the other day, and they got this lady, the reception up there at the front. And she said, "Hey, Mr. Campbell." And she had on one of them biblical dresses.
Biblical dresses?
Yeah. Lo and behold. And she had long black hair down her back.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't have none on her head. It was just all down her back. She'll get your attention. And she said, Mr. Campbell, just a few more questions before you go back to see the doctor. She said, who is your nearest living relative? I thought a little bit. I said, you mean from here or from my house? And she said, well, Mr. Campbell, who do you want me to call in case of an emergency? Your wife? I said, no, don't call my wife about no emergencies. She don't know nothing except drinking contact lens. I said, the best thing to do is call that doctor back there. He's the closest thing. I said, you ever heard of 911? But anyway, I went back to see the doctor. See, I've had these back problems because when I was in the Army, I played in the band.
Really?
Yeah. And you carry your instruments up on the stage and put them on the trailers and trucks.
Yeah.
And see, I played the piano.
No wonder you got back problems.
No. So, Doc, he's filling out all the stuff there, and he's writing and everything. And, I get nervous when they start questioning me about stuff. And he said, Archie, what color was your last stool? And I panicked. I know I don't have no stool. All I got's one of them lazy boys. You push the button on the side and your feet fly.
Yeah.
But I got to thinking a little bit. I said, well, when I was 11 years old, somewhere along there, I bought this table and it had a stool with it. And it was a little small stool, and it was orange. It was covered with naugahyde. So I was reminiscing about that and thinking about that. And the doctor's getting a little bit impatient. But then he said, Archie, what color was your last stool? And I said, well, Doc, I'm going to be honest with you. I hadn't had one in a long time. And the last one I had was orange. He said, no wonder your back hurts.
Oh, man.
Our next guests have sold over 40 million records worldwide, 2-time Grammy nominees, and host of the most popular variety show of the 1970s. Please welcome Sonny and Cher.
Sonny, come on.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow.
Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby, I got you. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
They say love won't pay the rent before it's earned. Our money's all been spent.
I guess that's so we don't have a plot. At least I'm sure of all the things we got. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got flowers in the spring. I got you to wear my ring.
And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I get scared, you're always around. So let them say your hair's too long. I don't care, with you I can't go wrong.
Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you to hold my hand.
I got you to understand.
I got you to walk with me.
I got you to talk with me.
I got you to kiss goodnight.
I got you to hold me tight.
I got you, I won't let go.
I got you to love me so.
I got you, babe.
Hey, Pa, when can I marry Scooter?
I'll tell you when you get some common sense.
Well, how will I know when I got my common sense?
You don't want to marry Scooter no more.
Boy, I tell you, I wish I had a nickel for every girl I've ever kissed.
And what would you buy? A pack of gum?
Hee-Haw would like to salute my hometown of Belmont, North Carolina. Population 12,750. Salute!
Our next guest is one of the best-selling artists of all time. His music has impacted the charts in not only rock, country, as well as gospel, with over 40 million records sold. Please welcome to the Hee-Haw stage country music's first power couple, Johnny and June Carter Cash.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town.
Well, go on down to Jackson.
Come on, Jude.
Go ahead and wreck your head. Go pay your hand, you big talking man. Make a big fool of yourself. Yeah, go to Jackson.
Sue it.
Go comb your hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna snowball to Jackson.
See if I care.
When I breeze into that city, people gonna stoop and bow. All them women gonna want me, teach them what they don't know how. And I'm going to Jack's, turn loose in my coat. Yeah, I'm gonna snowball to Jack's. Goodbye's all that she wrote.
They'll laugh at you in Jackson, hell dancing on a pony cake. They'll lead you around town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. They go to Jackson, you big talking man, and I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my J-Pan fan.
Well, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, and that's a fact. And I'm going to Jackson, ain't never coming back.
Our next guest is a 2-time Grammy winner, 4 CMA winner, and a 3-time Entertainer of the Year. Would you please welcome to the Hee-Haw stage, Miss Barbara Mandrell.
I remember wearing straight leg Levi's, flannel shirts even when they weren't in style. I remember singing with Roy Rogers at the movies when the West was really wild. I was listening to the Opry when all of my friends were digging rock and roll and rhythm and blues. I was country. Country wasn't cool. I remember circling the drive-in, pulling up and turning down George Jones. I remember when no one was looking, I was putting peanuts in my coat. Oh, I took a lot of kidding, 'cause I never did fit in. Now look at everybody trying to be what I was then. I was country, and country wasn't cool. Ooh, I was country, and country wasn't cool. Yeah, I was country. From my hat down to my boots. Now I still act and look the same. What you see ain't nothing new. I was country, and country wasn't cool. They call us country bumpkins, we're sticking to our roots. I'm just glad we're in a country where we're all free to choose. I was country, and country wasn't cool. Yeah, I was country, and country wasn't cool. Yeah, I was country. From my hat down to my boots. Now I still act and look the same. What you see ain't nothing new. I was
done nothing yet. What can I say? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Story Time with Junior. Once upon a time, there were two little snakes that were practicing hissing in their mama's pit. And the mama snake came out and said, "What are y'all doing hissing in my pit?" If you're going to practice hissing, then go down to Miss Potts and practice hissing in her pit. So they went to Miss Potts' pit and was practicing hissing. And Miss Pot came out and said, "What are y'all doing hissing in my pit?" If you want to practice hissing in a pit, go back to your mama's and practice hissing in her pit. So they went back to their mama's pit and was practicing hissing. And the mama snake came out and said, "I thought I told you to go to Miss Potts' pit and hiss." And they said, "Miss Pot told us to come back to your pit and hiss." So the mama snake said, "Why, the nerve of her." I remember when Miss Pot, yeah, it gets better, didn't have a pit to hiss in. And that's all the time I got. Thank y'all.
Miss Penny. Yes, got a question for you. Lay it on. Can you tell me, all your wisdom, can you tell me the difference between a boyfriend and a husband?
Honey, that's easy. About 50 pounds.
Hey, Randy, do you believe it took 2 days, just 2 days, to make a family portrait? Wow, why did it take so long? It took that long to find a camera that was fast enough to catch my wife with her mouth shut. Hee-Haw would like to salute my hometown, Alexis, North Carolina. Population 1,234.
Well, Hee-Haw was so fortunate to get our next guest to agree to come out of retirement for this evening's performance. one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. His over 170 million records sold surpasses both Beatles and Elvis. Please welcome to the Hee-Haw stage, Mr. Garth Brooks.
Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now, I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the holding you, I held everything. For a moment, wasn't I the king? If I had only known how the king would fall. Hey, who's to say? You know I might have changed it all. And now, I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance.
Hey, fellas. Hey, my wife and I were coming home from the beach last week. We stopped to get a hamburger and went in the restaurant, and we had to sit near a table and almost got to see a fight right there in the restaurant. Couple beside us came, sat down. There was two things obvious. They were not from around here, and the wife had been sleeping for a while. It went something like this. She said, "Where are we?" And her husband said, "We're in Lancaster, South Carolina." She said, "That's not how you pronounce that." He said, "Back home we say Lancaster, but here they say Lancaster." She said, "Not so." So ladies cleaning a table next to them And he motions for her to come over. And he said, will you tell my wife real slowly where we are? She said, sure. So she got down to the lady's face. She said, Burger King. You can't make this stuff up. So a buddy of mine had to be in town in Charlotte and is staying at the Hyatt at a real nice hotel over there. For dinner that night, he went down to the hotel restaurant, and as he walked through the restaurant, he saw this strikingly beautiful woman sitting at a table by herself. He said, that's the most beautiful woman I think I've ever seen. As he passes by, she sneezes so hard that a fake eye just comes flying right toward him. He grabbed that eye, gave it to her. She leaned over and put it back in, and she apologized profusely. She said, I've never had that happen before. I am so sorry. Let me buy you dinner. He said, no, you're not buying me dinner. Don't think anything about it. He said, but if you don't mind, I'd like to join you for dinner. She said, come on. So they sit and have a great time of dinner, and they find out they've got so many things in common. And before he left, he got her phone number. So when he got up to leave, he said, I bet you give your number out to every guy that asks. She said, I don't. It's not like me to do that at all. She said, but it was just something about you when I first saw you, you caught my eye. So my wife's got me on this walking thing. Can you tell it's made a difference? So we were walking the other evening, and we passed by the restaurant down here, and they put up a little privacy fence around the activity area. And they're in there carrying on and yelling, 4, 4, 4, 4. I said, what are they doing? Went over near the knothole about eye level, and I looked in. And right when I looked in, somebody poked me in the eye with a finger. And they really started carrying on then. All of them started yelling, 5, 5. Well, I was sitting there watching TV the other night, and my wife came in the room, and she said, the neighbor is standing in the window naked. I said, no, we're not having this. I bowed it up and went, I said, show me where. And we go back and look through a window, and there's the neighbor in his bathroom shaving with no shirt on. I said, the man's not naked. She said, yes, he is. I said, he is not. He's not naked. She said, stand up on this chair and look. Yes, sir.
I seen your cousin Darrell downtown the other day. He's a pretty good sized fella.
I'm not saying Darrell's fat. We love him to death. But that boy's shadow weighs over 100 pounds. He's a big boy.
He can put some groceries away.
Hey, come to my house Thanksgiving or Christmas or any other holiday. He always comes. We love Darrell to death. But my goodness. Let me give you guys a front row seat on what we see every holiday. Now, everybody's through eating, and they're in the living room watching TV. Darrell's still at the table. And it goes something like this. I'll be in there in a minute. I'm just going to get this last biscuit, sop up all this gravy. So he comes in, and he flops down on the couch, and I look because I just know that couch leg's going to break. So he flops down, and for the next 5 minutes, he's belching and burping, and then it goes like this. Oh, oh, oh. I certainly didn't plan to eat like this. Oh, oh, oh. I might just go on some kind of diet tomorrow. Oh, I can't. Tomorrow we're going to Golden Corral. Oh, oh. eyes right there on my chest. I don't know why that is. I might have a hernia. If I knew insurance would pay for it, I'd go get me one of them MRIs. Because x-rays don't show everything on a fat person. Hey, if you go into the kitchen, how about cutting me another piece of that cake? Just a little one, I'm cutting back on my sugar. Oh, I probably ought to get out and do some walking, but my feet and legs are so swelled up. I don't understand it. My, I wonder if I've got allergies. Could be allergies. Lord, I hope I'm not allergic to bread. I don't know if I could live without bread. Oh. I've got a good mind to change doctors. He ain't doing me no good. Why, his scales don't go but 300 pounds. I don't know if I'm losing weight or not. Hey, don't throw out that cornbread. I was going to take it home for supper.
Hey, Kathy, is it true that kissing shortens your life?
No, but it sure does make the time go by faster.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, now.
How you today?
Good.
You know what? I found a machine. You put $2 in it, and it spits you out a wife.
Shoot, I'd like to have a machine I put my wife in. It spit me out 50 cents. Hee-Haw would like to salute my hometown, Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Population 10,312 and a half. Salute!
Our next guests have 17 #1 country hits and have sold over 47 million records. Performing their signature hit, Elvira. Please welcome the Oak Ridge Boys.
Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Well, eyes that look like the heavens and lips like cherry wine. Well, that girl can sure enough make my little light shine. But I get a funny feeling all up and down my spine, 'cause I know that my Elvira, she's mine. And I'm singing Elvira, Elvira, and my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up, giddy up, hide, oh silver, and away. Well, tonight I'm gonna meet her at the Hungry House Cafe, and I'm gonna give her all the love that I can. Yes, I am. Well, she's gonna jump and holler, 'cause I saved up my last $2. And we gonna search and find us preacher man, and we'll sing Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up, Giddy up. High, oh, silver and away. Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up, giddy up, high on silver and away. Elvira. I heard about her from a friend of mine. He said she lived across the county line, the sweetest grape that ever grew on a vine. And that's where I'm spending all my time. Her daddy Robert and her mama Ruth, they had a daughter named Bobby Sue. And now she's 18 and she knows the truth. Nobody gonna tell her what to do. Bobby Sue, can't you see my love is true? I want to mama marry you. Bobby Sue. I'll take her driving on a Friday night, straight down the highway in the clear moonlight. My Chevy's humming and she holds me tight. We'll find a preacher and we'll do it right. Her daddy said don't let she have to wait. Her mama said don't make a big mistake. But we'll keep driving till we're out of state. And when they find us it'll be too late. Bobby Sue, can't you see my love is true? I want to mama marry you. Bobby Sue, Bobby Sue, can't you see my love is true? I want to mama marry you. Bobby Sue.
Good time tonight. Let's say thank you to all the platform musicians and cast and behind the scenes. Thank them one more time. Thank you so much. When we were praying about doing Hee-Haw this year, the Lord put it in our heart that somebody needed a good belly laugh. And I think you fit that category tonight. Amen? We have so enjoyed spending the evening with you. You have made our day. Thank you so much. We thank God for Stanley, North Carolina, all the surrounding community. We have lots of wonderful churches, pastors, and wonderful folks. If you don't have a church home or family, as Pastor Danny, I invite you to come and see us here at Stanley Pentecostal Holiness Church. Our prayer for you is a safe journey home tonight. And remember, the Bible says a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. So medicine on all of you here tonight. Amen. God bless you all. Thank you for being here.